What's up, everyone? It's your girl, Fantastic Frankie, and welcome to Fighting Words, a conversation between two nerds about black shit. And today we have Kiera, please. OG influencer. I've been following you since Tumblr. Okay, and we'll get into a story about that later. But now Kiera is a cosplayer, how do you say it? Mangaka?
That's a cool
Manga writer, voice actress, producer, videographer. So welcome. Thank you for joining.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I'm ready to fight with my words.
We're gonna fight other people instead of each other. So be chilling. Funny story. My friend bought me this picture of Black Hermione, and it was you. And she gives it to me for Christmas, and she's like, yo, put it up with your other collage. And I'm like, one day Kiera, please, may come into my house, and she's gonna see this picture of her up. And you came to my house the next year. You came to my house the next year for a party.
That's actually so insane. That's so cool.
I took it down. All right. I feel like things have moved quickly. It was you on Tumblr doing alt girl shit, and you're the only black girl doing it. And then now it's like I can scroll through Instagram, TikTok, and see multiple black people do that. How does that make you feel?
That's crazy because Tumblr feels like a decade ago, just because that site, it's like he who must not be named. Who even talks about Tumblr? It's really cool to see how accepting the world is today for alternative people or people who just like to do weird or different things. And also the people who don't know about that world, they can see other people doing it and find the things that they like. So I'm all for it. It looks cool to me. I'm just like, hey, yo, I'm glad to be a part of it.
Do you ever see people and you're like, I'm Mother. Do y'all know that?
So controversial, yet so brave.
I never created it, right? I just kind of, I guess, outwardly put it in front of people, but I feel like it was just always underlying, and then I guess I was one of the people that kind of brought it out, and people were like, oh, okay, it is cool to do this, it is okay, I can show it off, I don't really have to hide it. So I mean, thanks if I'm Mother, but I don't know, I'm scared to call myself Mother.
Who's gonna check you though?
Internet?
I'm Mother. But wait, who are they gonna put up instead?
That is a good question.
Who would they say came before you?
I'm sure they'll find someone's at.
What made you have the gall to be like, I'm putting my shit on Tumblr?
Oh my God, I think a long time on Tumblr, I used to see a lot of people doing really interesting things. It was back with the Justine Skye era, and I feel like there was this girl called Trilla Vanilla. There was just a whole bunch of just different sectors of the internet and different niches that I saw that I didn't see in real life. That kind of inspired me to be oh, if they can be themselves and put it out there, there's no barrier of entry. All I need is Tumblr, a website. I got a computer. I guess that was my form of expression because in my day-to-day life, people didn't necessarily do that, but I saw the internet as a segue to kind of showcase that and also be authentically myself, and also discover new trends and things that I wanted to incorporate into my style and my personality that I really resonated with. And that was kind of the beginning of it all. I saw someone else being themselves and I was like, I can be myself too. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, and then it just clicked.
You talking about style. Fun fact, I dressed like you. I was like, I want to look like Kiera. She's girly, she's bubbly. And you came in and you got on a Carhartt and the butters. And I just feel like, what if Jim Jones sees this and he sees me in Chelsea boots and you have on Tim's?
I think he'll be very shocked and very confused. Yeah. Well, one, you look cute.
Thank you.
You look adorable. I might have to steal the fit.
Yeah,
you might have to switch afterwards. But I don't know. It's fun fact. I got Tim's because I wanted to dress up as Can I Get Your Number?
Oh, you don't have a boyfriend? Oh, okay. Okay, that's cool, yeah. So listen, I was wondering, can I have your number?
For a cosplay, and then I realized oh, this doesn't have to just be for cosplay. I can wear these all the time.
That's really baller to buy Tim's.
Just for cosplay.
For the cosplay, because you could have got the Walmart.
I could have, but I couldn't. I had to be legit.
You had to have that shit on.
Yeah, but I always switching up my style. So whatever I feel in the moment, I like that about myself, where it can be very fluid. Even though I may have a traditional or go-to kind of aesthetic, I'm not afraid to like change it up or just like explore other routes,
Yeah.
which is cool, which I can see you're doing and it works.
Right.
Yeah.
Still me. I was like, boots, no heels. It feels like you have professional help, but like,
Oh my God.
you don't?
Thank you. Like, oh my, if I could have a stylist, that would be lovely. But I don't, because I also like clothes and I like dressing myself and I like mixing and matching. And I feel like if I had a stylist, we would have to do like a sit down interview really of what I would like to wear, because sometimes I feel like people assume they know my style. They're just like, Kiera, you would wear that. And I'm like, I would never. What are you talking about?
Who are you talking about?
You think
Not
I would
me.
wear that? No. I give a lot of credit to my sister. Growing up, I was scared to like dress differently, and she was one of the people that introduced me to like thrifting when thrifting wasn't cool and like all those things. I saw her like just expressing herself in so many different ways. She was one of the role models subconsciously where I just kind of developed my own sense of style by just exploration.
Do you watch every anime that you cosplay?
Let me think about that. Yeah, I do. No, I just recently dressed up as One Piece as Luffy.
You ever watched any of Luffy?
I know too much about One Piece lore, but not by my own volition.
They force it on you. I recently was forced into beginning the manga.
Stop crying. It won't do any good. And anyway, you have a lot of work to do, starting right now.
One day, I'm gonna watch it. Someone said if you watch one episode a day for 20 weeks, you'll be caught up. And I'm just waiting.
One episode a day?
That's what they said to me yesterday. I don't know if it's true or not, but.
Maybe there's 365, but that's so much. What if you go out? Like, you on vacation,
They also
I
said
gotta
don't
watch
have a
One
life.
Piece?
I know one day I'm gonna watch it. It's just like, I'm just waiting until my soul says it. I don't want to be influenced by anyone else but myself to watch it. And it'll happen. And I'll let everyone know when it does. I started not cosplaying at conventions.
Yeah.
And started kind of making my own character. I'm almost like cosplaying myself. So sometimes I'll like throw pieces in a suitcase and I'm not really sure if they'll work. I'm gonna be honest. I'll be throwing random pieces and I'm like, we're gonna see what happens when we get there. And when it works, it's like a puzzle piece that fits together. It's like, God just happened to manifest inside me. And I'm like, thank you so much for my style. And I'm just like, this looks good.
That's chaos.
I'm so
I can't believe
happy.
you.
Sometimes people are like, who you're cosplaying? And I'm just like, whatever you think I'm doing, I'm gonna do that. But it's just me, and I'm like, I'm just happy that it actually works. I don't put a lot of thought into it. It kind of is just like, I'll feel out a piece and I'll like different things that like I'm really, really into, and then I hope for the best.
Yeah.
And usually it works.
I love that. You've definitely started to stray away from cosplaying. Was that a personal choice, or do you feel like you just are spreading yourself to other avenues?
When I started doing more of the man on the street stuff, I really wanted more of the cosplayers to be highlighted and their pieces and fits. So I didn't really want to take away from that, and I wanted people to focus on like the character that they are, and I'll just have my own personal style, and like people will know me from my personality and my fits, but I really, really wanted to give a spotlight on them to make sure they're like the main focal point and people are talking about them because they're the ones that I'm interviewing and they're the ones that I really want to showcase to the public, to show like this like nerdy world. And as far as like in general, I did start straying away from cosplay a little bit just because I was like putting my my interest into other avenues. And cosplay sometimes takes a lot of time, not always. Like closet cosplays are really cool and fun that I can do from time to time, but I guess the more extensive ones where, you know, you are beating your face, you have different like pieces that you have to set up, you have to order different things. It takes time, and sometimes I like to go over the top and like do like crazy shoots and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that took a lot of time, but I started, you know, diving into other things in the nerdy world that I'm interested in and putting more focus into that. So I decided to take a little bit of a step back because sometimes when you spread yourself too thin, you get burnt out.
Yeah.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad! You keep digging!
I think it's really important to sometimes give your energy and love to things that you really care about, even if you do have to like put the baton down from other things. It hurts, but you're just like, just for now. Just for now. Yeah.
Do you ever feel like you're pigeonholed into one thing?
Yeah, I think with cosplay actually specifically, I did feel a little bit pigeonholed. As much as I love it and I love like the opportunities that it created for me and the people that I met from it and a lot of the things that I learned for myself through that whole journey, I was almost scared to do something else because I thought people wouldn't like it. I definitely was worried that if I stopped, then like people would just not care about anything else I was interested in. But I really like took a step back and was like, you know what, I am more than just this one thing, and like people are multifaceted and have so many different interests. I.e. you. Look at you. You like have
not
such a resonance.
Please gas me up. Gas me.
Did they come though when you were like, yo, this cosplay shit is dead? I'm doing this other stuff. Did they come? Did they support?
Actually, I'm still trying to figure that out now. Actually,
you have 1 million followers on TikTok, I believe.
I know, that's so weird to think about.
1 million people can recognize your face.
That's insane to me. I mean, I like to hope that that's the case. I feel like you never really know until you actually meet people in person and see how they either found you or it came about your work or things of that nature. So I'm hoping. I feel like cosplay was just like the start of it all. Like it really was like the catapult into probably like my journey and my career. So I always have to give homage to it. And it also led me into different avenues, which I was able to put my energy into. So let's just say I hope so.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see in the future.
You're still a pillar in, I would say, the anime community especially. How do you feel in that community?
Yeah, oh my God. Well, I always feel like a pariah. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
I always feel, but that's just me in my head probably.
And also the people online telling you, we hate you.
Like sometimes the internet can be a little toxic, but I try to pay attention to the positivity and the people like that give constructive criticism. Within the community, I'm really grateful that I found like people that support me, that genuinely support me for who I am and like understand that I am a human with flaws and interests. And I created this thing. Well, I didn't create it. You know, Adventure Time has the Nightosphere.
Yeah.
So I call my personal like nerdy community the Nightosphere because we're like chaotic and we're all over the place. And I met a few people at conventions a lot of times, and one of them actually got a fake tattoo that said the Nightosphere. And I was just like, that's insane. And they were just like, the reason I got this is because I really do feel seen within this community now. And I wasn't like sure how to feel seen, but you made me feel like it's okay to just like be myself regardless of what that is. So I'm just like happy to be a part of it. And I feel like sometimes you need to see an example to understand that you can do it. Like, you know you can do it, but sometimes when you see someone else do it, you're like, oh, okay.
What do you think is the worst part about being in the nerd space?
Ooh, the worst part? I think the worst part is when people don't realize that you're able to have different opinions and still be cordial with one another. Mm-hmm. You know, you might not agree about the same thing about a show, or you might not agree about a certain topic, but that's okay to have disagreements within conversations as opposed to kind of ostracizing people to be like, they don't know what they're talking about. And I think that gets a little tough in the anime and cartoon space, Marvel space, because people are so connected and tied to their opinions, because I think one of the things that they see is themselves in these mediums. So when they feel like someone's criticizing that medium that they love, it almost feels like it's a direct hit to themselves, but really it isn't. And that's okay. And I think having those healthy conversations where you're able to agree to disagree and still see each other's side and kind of come together in the middle is a beautiful thing. But that doesn't happen a lot of the time.
I was gonna say, when was the last time you had a healthy conversation with a man in this space?
Damn.
Ooh, I wish we could, but it feels sometimes so one-sided on the internet specifically, which is kind of a scary thing, because I hope that doesn't reflect a lot of people's mindset in real life, because then we're like not off to a good start in the world.
I think you can take solace and they do not leave the house. So the people who are touching grass will not talk to you.
Oh my God.
Will not be like that.
I'll sleep at night with that.
You'll sleep at night. You're like, they live in their basement. They're chilling. They're cool. What do you say to people who like are your haters? Like, what do you say to them?
No bitches?
No. Just a good no bitches, a silencer. Yeah. It doesn't mean no women. It's just like, no bitches.
No nothing.
Yeah.
No friends, no family, no interests.
Damn,
no
you're adding a lot in bitches. You said no life, no nothing, no community.
On. There's better things you can do with your time.
That's true. Then hate on you. I agree.
They have a lot of confidence to say the wildest things. From my experience, it's a lot of negativity at certain moments when it comes to criticism towards women, as if like you don't know what you're talking about. And I'm just like, I don't want to have to devour you right now. I'm not that hungry,
Yeah.
but should we do it?
I always say a good litmus test for a man, like, should I be friends with them? Are they cool? You just have to ask them, like, what are your thoughts on Sakura of
That's a good one.
Naruto? And you'll see
that's good.
some
That's
of them
good.
could be like, I think she wasn't written well, fine.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, that's cool. But if they
When it's,
get
like, pure
viscerally,
hate,
yeah,
Like, I'm just like, what did they do to you?
they never forgave her for rejecting Naruto 20 years ago.
Like, man.
Yeah, and she's fine. She's living her life. I think
grass.
she's like, yeah, she's like the head of the town, like, hospital.
That's good. I'm gonna use that.
Yeah.
I haven't used that before. I might have to use that.
She's thriving without them. They sound like Drake. Like you
They're gonna make a whole EP about how they're sad and mad about this one girl. Oh my god.
Who's like with her man, has children, she's chilling. Do you feel protected or uplifted by Black men in the space?
I don't know. Like, I definitely don't feel like I'm put down, but I don't know if I necessarily feel uplifted either.
So no.
Yeah.
The answer's
Yeah.
no. If you have to be like I think I'm supported.
Like, I definitely feel like there's in the audience and like consumer standpoint, as far as like lovers of the community, I definitely do feel like there's like really good men out there that really support women. As far as just like people who are also doing like, I guess, the same things, I don't know if I had enough conversations to to know if I am or not.
When there's support from anyone, there are no questions. Like, you're gonna know immediately. You're not going to cookouts with them, but you're gonna get like, you know, videos about you. They're gonna be reaching out to you. They're gonna tell you.
Yeah.
You'll see it in spaces.
The men that I feel supported by are the men that are like friends with me in real life.
Yeah.
Then they're also doing like great things and like having amazing careers, and I do feel supported in that way. But also, like, I'm in my head a lot, so that could be it. But also, you're right, like, you would feel it, but I don't think that's a good or bad thing. Yeah. I'm not gonna put it on them. Like, it's not their responsibility, but it would be nice.
It would be nice.
It would be nice.
I agree. Well, we're here. I think the Black women nerd community is all about support, and I feel like you do that too. So the last thing I'll ask is, you know, look straight into the camera and give your final words, okay, to femmes only.
Okay.
The men can figure it out.
Okay.
Femmes only. What do you have to say to them?
To all my femmes out there, I just want to let you know that you don't have to be one thing. All your interests are valid, and you should explore that. You never know what you're going to like, and you never know what parts of your personality really shine. And I think don't limit yourself, regardless of what society or people put on you that you feel like is only acceptable. Stop it. You do not need to dim down your light to shine, okay? You need to shine for yourself, and if that means you are gonna be a stand-up comedian and a cosplayer and a YouTuber and a Twitch streamer and a writer and a videographer, do all those things, explore that, and figure out what works for you and only you.
Yeah, and women are funny. We have a gift for you.
You have a gift for me?
Yes, and it's branded with my face on it. So
really?
You can remember, yeah.
Oh, that's exciting.
Not the gift itself, the bag.
Wait, that's so
I don't
cool.
got that type of money. You know?
No, that's so cool.
So we got Alexis. Yes, she's my Kiki. Just an Apollo joke.
This is cute.
Right?
Okay, Thanos.
You know? People who love Marvel actually hate me, so that's perfect.
I love it.
So
show
open, show the
open?
camera. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should I show it to this one or this one?
Yeah, show it to this
Okay.
guy, yeah. All right, I hope that's your gift. Yes. So this is a woman I don't know who's dressed very sexy to remind you that, like,
you can
not
be sexy,
to be
hot, and brave.
Yeah, and don't let people pigeonhole you. Okay.
Yeah. No, it's funny. I think she's on my mood board for like
the fit. Oh no! I saw it. I said this looks like Kiera actually, so I'm gonna get it.
I made a mood board and she's on it. That's
hilarious.
Oh my god,
she's supposed to be about the patriarchy.
I love it. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Wait, this is so sweet. Can I hug you?
Of course.
Wow.
Of course. Thank you so much for joining.
Of course.
Oh
Thank you
God.
for having me.
Fighting Words is filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Thanks everyone for joining me, and thank you to Kiera, please, for joining us on Fighting Words. We're here to speak truths, to talk about the community and to be Black and nerdy and proud of it. So
Heck
welcome
yeah.
and thank you.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Yay.
You did it.
Yay.
That's it, man.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
This
You
is
can
actually,
keep that.
That's actually hilarious.
That's really funny.
That's
I was
actually
like,
funny.
I need something that looks like it could be objectified.